Rihanna performed. She kind of low-key looks like she could be the bride. Beyonce. How have you got John Cena, Rihanna, and Boris Johnson in the same room? This is about the wedding of Anand Ambani. He's the son of the richest man in India, worth 120 billion. And Radhika Merchant, I think that's how you say her second name, who's the daughter of a millionaire. I didn't think millionaire would sound like a basic concept in a sentence, but when you put it next to a billionaire. Before we carry on with the video, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Alicia, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you're not already, I post loads of different content on here. And right now we're just figuring it out. But yeah, please subscribe and like the video and all that. Great stuff. Okay, so for a little context on this, they've been together for a while. I don't know how long specifically, but all I know is they've been getting a lot of hate on their relationship, mainly because people are calling Radhika a gold digger. And as much as that's a valid thing to say if you're marrying a billionaire, I feel like the main reason people are saying that is because her husband isn't conventionally attractive for a lot of people. I feel like we can all agree that men are trash anyway. But from what I can see, I'm a real good judge of character. He has kind eyes and they genuinely look really in love with each other. So I feel like that hate is just purely a materialistic thing. And let's be real guys, if someone's a millionaire anyway, there's not really much further up you can go. Obviously you can marry a billionaire, but I genuinely feel like that's not the case. Now I don't know them personally, but yeah, I feel like that's just an irrelevant thing and I'm not gonna mention it in this video because I don't agree. Now back to the Ambani family. Now you may have seen previous wedding of theirs back in 2018 when the daughter got married and Beyonce performed at the wedding. I cannot believe I just said that sentence. Beyonce. That wedding back then was reported to have cost around 100 million, which of course is a stupid amount of money, but we are not dealing with a normal family here. They are, like I said, billionaires, own the richest house in the world. We get it, they're rich. So back to the most recent wedding between the son Anand Ambani and Radhika. This is speculated to have cost 600 million.
I have actually since read up on what the wedding costs and it's been reported between 300 million and 600 million, and honestly I got confused. I'm not even sure what currency we're talking, but it's a lot of money. I think we get that. Back to Alicia in the studio.
And it just got me thinking, I feel like that amount of money could probably solve a lot of the world's issues right now, maybe put a dent in it. It's a lot of money and people are basically comparing it to India's version of the royal wedding. Is it? I don't know. One thing I will note though, although all of this is really extravagant and so unnecessary, they did, as part of the wedding, give back to underprivileged couples. And I think they had, I can't remember how many it was, but they had, I saw videos of like a room full of these couples who were getting married and they gifted them gold and everything and basically financially helped them and gifted them for their own weddings, I'm pretty sure. I feel like that was a nice way to give back. Do I think you should spend 600 million on a wedding? No. But am I a billionaire? No. Now let's get into the guest list because it's wild. And we're also gonna rate their outfits, so I'm gonna scooch across so we can see. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this. First guest, Boris Johnson. Now listen, let's not get political because we probably wouldn't have time. I mean, I guess he was a world leader at some point, so it kind of makes sense. Tony Blair was also there. Tony Blair, how long since you've heard that name? So Boris, he was just in a suit. Honestly, if I didn't know the context of this, I'd probably think he's announced another lockdown, I'm not gonna lie. Now Tony Blair, he didn't go with an English suit, he went traditional, and I think, you know, in terms of outfits, yeah. His wife is also there wearing red, which a lot of people have something to say about, because if you don't know, in a lot of Indian weddings, I'm pretty sure this is a Hindu wedding, the bride normally wears red. So I feel like in the context of an English wedding and the bride wears white, it's kind of a known thing not to wear white to the wedding. So a lot of people were saying, why did you wear red, to a lot of the guests who did wear red. Now I don't know, they may have been given a PSA before to say wear whatever you want. Yeah, that's just what the people have been saying. Next we have Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian, I'm pretty sure went. As for them being invited, I'm honestly not surprised at all. A lot of people were outraged that they were invited, but honestly, if this is a wedding of the richest family, or one of the richest families in the world, I'm not surprised the Kardashians are invited. So Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian went. Now Kim wore what looks like a red lehenga. A+ for the spirit and the culture. Again, a lot of people had stuff to say about it. This is not my opinion, but a lot of people thought that what she was wearing was quite revealing for the environment. Now, personally, if I wore that to a wedding, I know I'd get stares from every auntie under the sun, but that's not the point. I feel like she looks good. Chloe also went with her and she was wearing like a goldy white colour. She kind of low-key looks like she could be the bride. They are kind of giving me bride and sister of the bride. I haven't been rating these at all. I'm gonna give Boris a -1 out of 10, Tony Blair a 4 out of 10 for the effort, Kim K 5, and Chloe, let's give Chloe a 6. If Chloe was a bride, I'd give her a 9. The next guest is so random. Like, I've been trying to piece together why or how this happened. But John Cena was at the wedding. How the f did John Cena get to his wedding? I don't know the backstory. They could be besties. I have no idea. I don't know these people. This wedding feels like a fever dream. This wedding, honestly, to me, feels like a nightmare. John Cena, again, did it for the culture. He didn't come in like a normal suit. He dressed up. The shoes are what kills this. If the shoes were like white, I'd have probably given this a 7. But because they're whatever colour that is, I'm gonna give this a... I feel like I'm gonna give it a 6 because John Cena's unproblematic, and I mean, I hope he is. I don't know. Everyone's problematic. Now, Priyanka was there with Nick Jonas, her husband. I feel like that is the only person so far. Her and the Kardashians, kind of. She's the only person so far that I would have expected to be there, just because obviously the wedding was in India and a lot of Bollywood stars went. Priyanka looks good. I feel like she got the memo. She is giving wedding guest, not bride, not sister of the bride, wedding guest. She's wearing like an orangey gold colour. Her and Nick match really well. He's wearing like a peach colour. I'm not sure on the peach actually. You know, we'll give it to them. He did it for the culture again. And at least his shoes match. She looks like a wedding guest. I'm gonna give them an 8. As a joint collective, an 8 out of 10. Maybe an 8.5. Okay, next is Rihanna. Bad gal Riri. I'm pretty sure she performed at the pre-wedding and it's reported that it cost around 6 million. Her outfit, call me crazy, I love it. I'm giving this a 10. I just feel like this is just Rihanna. She showed up to this probably not knowing what to expect. I feel like she did it in her style and she could pull off anything. Honestly, she's honestly everywhere but making an album, and I'm fine with it, I'm fine. She just made 6 million from a wedding performance. She's not giving us an album. Also, apparently the pre-wedding performance was Rihanna's first concert in 8 years. So if you're telling me that money does not give people power, Rihanna performed and came out of hibernation after 8 years and John Cena was there, like what? How have you got John Cena, Rihanna and Boris Johnson in the same room? Okay, then finally we have Justin Bieber. I think he performed at one of the events, allegedly for 10 million. I don't actually know what Justin wore. I feel like he really just showed up, sang and got his check. Maybe he just wasn't feeling it that day, or maybe he left his outfit at home. I'm gonna give it a 2. So there were loads of other guests there. If I went through them, I'd be here all day. I think there was like 1,200 altogether. But yeah, that is pretty much what's been going on in India recently. Who would I invite to mine? The hen, I'd have Riri, and I just hope that she sticks around, partied with us. Pre-wedding, Drake. No, Chris Brown, both. Wedding ceremony, now this is a bit of a wild card choice. I'd have Giveon. I think his voice, I want to walk down the aisle to it. And the reception, Kendrick Lamar. And that's far enough away from the pre-wedding, so him and Drake don't need to... Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my choices. Yeah, that is the probably most expensive wedding that's ever occurred. And that's who went and that's what they wore. I actually do think it's nice to see representation of India in like mainstream media. We never really see Indian celebrities in our news or like social media. So I feel like it's nice to see that. And I also don't think people see that side of India, like the proper extravagant wedding side, other than in like movies. So yeah, I feel like it was cool. It's a cool moment. I do also feel like this highlights the absurdness of the different ways of life, like especially with what's going on in the world right now. This just shows such a clear difference. And like I said, that amount of money spent on that wedding could have probably fed a lot of people. But yeah, that's all I have to really say on the matter. It was a cool moment in time, I guess, and probably was like the royal wedding for a lot of people. So here's to the happy couple. and John Cena. Yeah, let me know what you thought of the wedding. Let me know who you'd invite to yours if you were a billionaire. Here's hoping. Do I think this was dumb? Yeah, I do. Subscribe.
But they were saying in that documentary that they couldn't get the police involved unless the person who they think is in the cult says that they're being harmed. So it'd be a bit tricky, don't you think?
Yeah, but I think I can get into your mind more than someone in a cult.
I feel like you would form a cult without telling anyone you're the leader.
Fight the other cult.
Target me, and then I join the cult.
You to join my new cult.
Yeah. And then reveal that you're the cult leader.
And then accidentally get really enjoy the cult, and then we become an even worse cult.
Yeah. Vape Nation.
Wave at the camera, the cool wave.